topics regarding the spectrum of a graph. In literature, there are several metrics associated with the graphs. In PK, efficiency metrics associated with the graph, data, Laplacian metrics, Sanders Laplacian, normalized Laplacian, Randic metrics, etc. Today, I am planning to discuss some basic concepts about spectrum of graphs and normalized Laplacian spectrum of join of two graphs based on central graph. Okay, in the contents, anyway, everybody knows the adjacency spectrum and everything. Okay, in graph spectra, we can find various relations between the spectrum and the structure of a graph. In 1931, Huckel discussed the idea of spectrograph theory, in which the eigenvalues of graphs are used to represent the levels of energy of certain electrons. Let G be a bipartite graph, then the adjacency eigenvalues of G are symmetric with respect to the origin. Okay. And one of the structure of this one, in the multiplicity of the zero eigenvalue of the Laplacian matrix is equal to the number of connected components of the graph, and the multiplicity of the zero eigenvalue of the signless Laplacian matrix is equal to the number of bipartite connected components of the graph. Whenever the graph is connected, if and only in the second smallest Laplacian eigenvalue of G, it is generally called the algebraic connectivity of G. This is positive. And in the case of a normalized Laplacian matrix cases, eigen L of G, this is denoted the normalized Laplacian matrix of the graph G. Eigenvalues are always lies in the interval 0 to. And multiplicity of 0 is the number of components. Multiplicity of 2 is the number of bipartite components. G is bipartite if and only for each lambda IL. Lambda IL denote the eigenvalues of the Laplacian matrix. The value 2 minus lambda IL is also an eigenvalue of G. Whenever in the graph is bipartite, in the case of adjacency eigenvalues, lambda is an eigenvalue of G, then minus lambda. It is symmetric about the origin. But in the case of normalized Laplacian matrix, it is symmetric about 1. Yes, lot of applications are there. The stability of the molecules and other chemically important facts are closely related with the spectrum and the eigenvectors of the corresponding graphs. Okay, whenever the graph is regular, all vertices have the same degree. The line graph of a graph G is a graph LG with the edges of G and its vertices, and where two edges of G are adjacent in LG, if and only if they are incident in G. Okay, just I refresh the definition of adjacency matrix. A G be a simple PQ graph. The adjacency matrix of G is a square matrix of order P whose ijth entry is 1 whenever the vertices VA and VJ are adjacent, otherwise the value is equal to 0. This is a 0, 1, 2. And adjacency matrix is always a real symmetric matrix, therefore the eigenvalues are real. Laplacian matrix of G is denoted by L of G. This is equal to D of G minus AG, where DG is a diagonal matrix with the vertex degrees. Signless Laplacian matrix of G is defined as P of G equal to AG plus DG. And the adjacency matrix of the complement of a graph G is equal to JP. JP is the P by P square matrix. All entries are 1 minus IP. IP denote the identity matrix of order P minus AG. Okay. Now I am going to discuss about the normalized Laplacian matrix. Normalized Laplacian matrix of a graph G is defined as the ijth entry whenever I equal to J and degree of Vi not equal to 0, the value is equal to 1, and I not equal to J and Vi adjacent to Vj, then the ijth entry is minus 1 by root of degree Vi into degree Vj. Otherwise, this value equal to 0. Okay, this is the general definition of the normalized Laplacian matrix of a graph. Whenever in the graph is connected, the normalized Laplacian matrix of G can be written as d raised to minus half g dg minus ag dg minus ag d raised to minus half g. A normalized Laplacian matrix of G. We know that in the definition of a Laplacian matrix of G is d of G minus a of G. Then normalize the Laplacian matrix of G, normalize the largest eigenvalue of the matrix, and then multiply pre and was multiplied d raised to minus half G into d raised to minus half G. D raised to minus half G into dg into d raised to minus half G. This is equal to identity matrix minus d raised to minus half g a of g d raised to minus half. Okay, this is d raised to minus half a of g into d raised to minus half. This is generally known as the normalized adjacency matrix of G, and also it is called the Randic matrix of G. The normalized Laplacian matrix of G is equal to IP minus Randic matrix of G. The Randic index is very well known. One of the index is Randic index. Randic index is equal to 1 by root of di dj whenever vi adjacent to vj. One example related to normalized Laplacian matrix of K33. Here we can denote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Whenever, in the case of a Laplacian matrix, okay, before that, adjacency matrix of K33. Adjacency matrix of K33. K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One is not at, one is, what is the ND value of 1, 1? There is not loop, then this value is equal to 0. And 2, 1 is not adjacent to 2 and 3, then the value is equal to 0. 1 is adjacent to 4, 5, 6, then the values are 0, 2, 3, and 4. Then 4 is adjacent to 1, 2, 3, this way. This is the adjacency matrix of K33. And Laplacian matrix of K33 is D minus G. In the case of a diagonal elements are in the case of adjacency matrix is 0, then the diagonal elements are the degree of the corresponding vertices. Okay, then 3, 3, 3, and the value is minus Hg, then this is 0, 0, D minus Hg. This is Laplacian matrix of K33. And signless Laplacian matrix of K33. Only the difference is minus sign becomes positive sign. And normalized Laplacian matrix of K33. Okay, the values are 1 whenever Vi equal to Vj. That is, the diagonal entry values are 1. And Vi equal to j and degree of Vi not equal to 0, then 1. Vi adjacent to Vj and I not equal to j. Okay, then 1 is adjacent to 4, 5, 6. 1 is not adjacent to 2 and 3. Then the values are 0. Minus, what is the degree of this one? This is 83 minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3, etc. This is the normalized Laplacian matrix of G. Okay, in the case of an adjacency matrix, what is a trace? Trace is the sum of the diagonal elements. Then this value is equal to trace of adjacency matrix of K33 equal to 0. And in the case of Laplacian matrix, trace is equal to 3, 3, 3, etc. That is 6, 6 into 3, 18. And how many edges? Here, how many edges? 9. Then 2 into 9, that is 18. Laplace trace of L of G is equal to 2 cube. And Silas Laplacian case also, trace of Q is equal to 2 cube. Q Q is the number of edges in the graph. In the case of a normalized Laplace matrix, trace is equal to order of the matrix because in the diagonal elements are 1. We know that trace of the matrix is the sum of the eigenvalues. That is sigma trace of the matrix A is equal to sigma I equal to 1 pm lambda A is equal to 0. And also we know that AG is a square matrix. AG, LG, QG and normalized Laplacian all matrices are square matrices. And trace of the adjacency matrix is 0. L of G and Q of G are real and symmetry and their eigenvalues are real, and also L of G, Q of G, in this case in the eigenvalue is always greater than or equal to 0. That is positive semi-definite, but in the case of a adjacency matrix trace equal to 0, then we know that some of the eigenvalues are negative. And trace of LG is equal to 2Q, trace of QG equal to 2Q. And normalized Laplacian matrix is also positive semi-definite, and trace of the normalized Laplacian matrix is equal to P. Okay, one of the characteristic, whenever in the graph is a R regular graph, then L of G is same as R into normalized Laplacian matrix of G. This is equal to Ri minus Ag. Okay, one of the characterization, whenever in the normalized Laplacian matrix corresponding to the graph was exactly 3 distinct eigenvalues, then the diameter of the graph is 2. Okay, what is the eigenvalue of the graph? The eigenvalue of the graph is same as the eigenvalue of the corresponding matrix of the graph. The characteristic polynomial of a P by P matrix M of G is defined as the matrices AG, LG and QG are real and symmetric matrices. Then its eigenvalues are real. Then we can order in the eigenvalues. The eigenvalues are AG, adjacency matrix of the graph, Laplacian matrix of the graph, and sinuous Laplacian matrix of the graph are denoted by lambda 1 greater than or equal to lambda 2 greater than or equal to etc. lambda p. And Laplacian eigenvalues are denoted by mu1, mu2, etc. mu p. Sinuous Laplacian denoted by mu1, mu2, etc. mu p. And normalized Laplacian eigenvalues are denoted mu1 tilde less than or mu2 tilde less than or equal to etc. less than or equal to mu p tilde. If G is a R regular graph, then mu I is the eigenvalues of Laplacian matrix of the graph is equal to R minus adjacency matrix of the graph. And G being an R regular graph, then mu I tilde is equal to 1 minus lambda I by R. We know that RLG is equal to Ri minus Ag. Then L of G is equal to I minus Ag by R. And the eigenvalues of the corresponding normalized Laplacian and adjacency matrix, we get a relation mu I tilde is equal to 1 minus lambda I by R. From this we can say that whenever in the graphs are regular and also that is L cospectral, that implies the graphs are cospectral graphs. Okay. Mu I tilde is equal to 1 minus lambda I by R. Let G1 and G2 be two regular cospectral graphs. Cospectral graphs means that two graphs are said to be cospectral if they have the same spectrum. Okay, G1 and G2 are two cospectral graphs. Then they have the same spectrum. That is, they have the same eigenvalues. Okay, then mu I tilde is equal to 1 minus lambda I by R. In the case of a regular graph, cospectral and regular implies L cospectral graphs. Okay, one of the interesting, this is mentioned the structure of the graph. In the number of arcs of length k in G from Vi to Vj is the ijth entry of A raised to k. A is denote the adjacency matrix of the graph. And the power of A raised to A, kth power of the matrix A, the ijth entry from the matrix, we can find the number of values of length k. A connected graph with a diameter d, it has at least d plus 1 distinct eigenvalues. Okay, lambdas are denote the eigenvalues of the adjacency matrix, then trace equal to 0, and sigma I equal to 1 to p lambda I square. We know that lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda p are eigenvalues of A. Then lambda 1 square, lambda 2 square, etc. lambda p square are eigenvalues of A square. Using the property of this one, the number of arcs of length 2 in G from Vi to Vj is the ijth entry of A square. Length 2. Then this is mentioned the number of edges. Okay. Then sigma I equal to 1 to p mu I. Mu I is the eigenvalues of the sinuous Laplace matrix. This is always equal to 2q. So is in the number of edges. Sigma I equal to 1 to p mu I. This is the Laplacian case. This is equal to 2q. And sigma I equal to 1 to p mu I tilde. This is the trace of the Laplace matrix. We know that the trace of the Laplace matrix is equal to p because diagonal elements are 1. And sigma I equal to 1 to p mu I square equal to 2q plus sigma I equal to 1 to p di square. Di is the degree of the vertex Vi. Here's some relations between the incident matrix, adjacency matrix, and line graph. Let G be a PQ graph, then the incident matrix of a graph G, Ig is the P by Q matrix whose ij entry is 1 if Vi is incident to Ej and 0 otherwise. I of G transpose, this is equal to sinuous Laplace matrix. And G is a regular graph, then this is the diagonal matrix with the diagonal entries are degree of the matrix, then A of G plus RIP. And Ij transpose Ig is equal to adjacency matrix of the line graph of G plus 2I. From the characteristic polynomial, how to say that, how to represent the coefficient of the characteristic polynomial. Let G be a graph with p vertices, then the characteristic polynomial G is denoted by phi of G lambda equal to lambda raised to p plus C1 lambda raised to p plus p minus 1, C2 lambda raised to p minus 2 plus etc. Cp. Then Ck is the coefficient of the lambda is Ck is equal to sigma minus 1 raised to C1 of h plus C of h into 2 raised to C of h, where C1h and CH are the number of components in a subgraph H with the k vertices, which are edges and cycles respectively. Okay. Here 1, then C1 is equal to 0, and C2 is the number of edges, minus times of the number of edges of G, and minus C3 is the twice the number of triangles in G. And the graph is bipartite, the all coefficients are 0. The definition of the spectrum of the graph. If lambda 1, lambda 2, etc., lambda k are the distinct eigenvalues of a graph G, then the spectrum of G is denoted by this one. Okay, this is one of the way. Another way we can denote the spectrum of G is equal to lambda 1 raised to m1, etc., lambda raised to t, mt. Mj indicates the multiplicity of the eigenvalue lambda j. Whenever in the graph is bipartite, the Laplacian spectrum and sinuous Laplacian spectrum of G are equal. Two non-isomorphic. Our interesting isomorphic graphs are always cospectral. Cospectral means that graphs has the same spectrum. Okay. The graph theorist is looking for the non-isomorphic. When we can say that, when under what condition two non-isomorphic graphs are cospectral, L cospectral, Q cospectral, Laplacian cospectral, etc. Two non-isomorphic graphs G and H are said to be cospectral or L cospectral if A of G and A of H have the same spectrum, or Laplacian. The spectrum of the Laplacian, normalized Laplacian spectrum and normalized Laplacian spectrum of H are same. Then we can say that G and H are cospectral. Okay, one of the interesting problem in spectral graph theory, how to construct the non-isomorphic post-spectral graphs. Another interesting problem, construction of integral graphs, and another one is construction of equi-energetic graph. What is the energy? Energy of the graph is defined as energy of the graph usual definition. Okay. First, we have to find the matrix corresponding to the graph G. Then energy of this one sigma I equal to, let G be a PQ graph, equal to modulus of lambda I minus average of the eigenvalues of the matrix. Okay, energy of the graph is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to p modulus of lambda I. Okay, the eigenvalues are we can denote lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda p. Then sigma I equal to 1 to p modulus of lambda I average of these lambdas, that is sigma j varying from 1 to n lambda I by p. Okay, sigma I equal to 1 to n lambda I by p. But we know that sigma j equal to 1 to n lambda I, this denote the trace of the matrix. Trace of the matrix, then trace m by p. In the case of an adjacency matrix, trace m is equal to 0. Then energy of the adjacency energy of the graph is equal to sigma I varying from 1 to p modulus of lambda I. And in the case of a Laplacian matrix, Laplacian energy is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to p modulus of mu I minus average of that one, that is sigma trace of L of G, that is 2q by the number of vertices p. And Silas Laplacian also sigma I equal to 1 to p modulus of mu I minus 2q by p. This means that the deviation from the absolute values of the average of the matrix. It is just like a mean deviation. The normalized Laplacian energy of the graph G is defined as sigma I equal to 1 to p modulus mu I tilde minus trace m. Trace m, a trace of that matrix by the number of vertices, that is p. In the case of a normalized Laplacian matrix, trace m is equal to p, then p by p. Then normalized Laplacian energy is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to p modulus of mu I tilde minus 1. Here's some examples for the A co-spectral graphs. A co-spectral means the adjacency spectrum of both graphs are same. This is L co-spectral. Q co-spectral. Okay, there is no need in the graph is co-spectral cases graph is connected. Normalized Laplacian co-spectral graphs. Okay. The adjacency matrix of Kmn, that is the complete bipartite graphs with m plus n vertices. The notation is equal to 0 m by n and j m by n, j transpose m by n, 0 n by n. Okay, adjacency matrix of K33. Okay, this is K33 0, 3 by 3. This is J 3 by 3. J means that this is a square matrix. All entries are 1. Then this also transpose and this is a 0 matrix. Okay, this is the general definition. Whenever the graph is bipartite, then adjacency matrix of Kmn is equal to this notation. Okay, the chemist constant Kg of a graph is defined as Kg is equal to sigma I equal to 2 to p 1 by mu I tilde G. Mu I tilde G represent the normalized Laplacian eigenvalues of the graph G. In the case of a normalized Laplacian, the least eigenvalue is equal to 0. And the degree Kirchhoff index of G is defined as K F star G is equal to 2 into K is constant. Two graphs, okay, two graphs G1 and G2 are said to be equally energetic. Okay, two graphs of the same order are said to be equally energetic if energy of G1 equal to energy of G2. Okay, Laplace energy of G1 equal to Laplace energy of G2, then we can set the Laplace equal energetic graph and normalize Laplace equal energetic graph, then energy of that two graphs are same. Okay. What about the subdivision? Subdivision of a graph G, this is obtained by inserting new vertices between every edges of G. It is denoted by S of G is equal to A S of G is equal to 0 matrix and incident matrix transpose 0 Q by Q. Q by Q. Subdivision graph is a bipartite graph. Okay. Now I am going to discuss what is the central graph. Let G be a simple graph with P vertices and Q edges. In the central graph of G denoted by C of G, this is obtained by subdividing each edge of G exactly once and joining all the non-adjacent vertices in G. The subdivision case is up to this one. And here adding more edges, joining all the non-adjacent vertices in G. Here we denote V tilde G is equal to vertex of C of G minus vertex of G, be the set of vertices in C of G corresponding to the edges of G. The number of vertices and edges in C of G. Okay, this is the central graph of K22. The central graph of K22 is in a C4 and to insert new vertices every edge. Okay, this is the subdivision of K22. Here these two vertices are not adjacent, but to get the central graph of K22, then to joining these two points. The matrix corresponding to central graph of K22 adjacency matrix. This is 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 is not adjacent, only 1, 3. Okay. And more vertices here. 4 vertices corresponding to K22 and again 4 vertices, then 8 vertices. Okay, adjacency matrix of K22 is this one. Adjacency matrix of K22. In the case of the number of vertices in C of G is equal to P plus Q and number of edges Q plus P into P minus 1 by 2 respectively. Okay, this is corresponding to, in the first block, this is corresponding to adjacency matrix of G complement. Okay, adjacency matrix of G complement. Here the non-adjacent vertices. Here only this one, these are these two one. Then we get this is corresponding to adjacency matrix of G complement, and this one is the adjacent incident matrix, and this one is incident matrix. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. From labeling these vertices, in a suitable labeling of the vertices, Then this is corresponding to adjacency matrix of G complement. This is the incident matrix. This also incident matrix. Then this is zero matrix. Then the general representation of the adjacency matrix of the graph is A G complement, incident matrix of G, incident matrix of G transpose 0 m by m. Okay. In graph theory, we are applying so many operations. Using the operations, we can find new graphs from the old ones. One of the product is Kronecker product of two graph G1 and G2 is the graph, this one, with the vertex set vertex of G1 plus vertex of G2, and the vertices are adjacent if and only x1, y1 and x2, y2 are adjacent in G1 and G2 respectively. Another product, Hadamard product of two matrices, same order, with the same order and entries are given by ijth entry of Hadamard product AB is equal to product of the ijth entry of the respective matrices. The join of two graphs, this is obtained from G1 union G2 by joining every vertex of G1 with every vertex of G2. When G1 is R1 regular graph with N1 vertices and G2 is R2 regular graph with N2 vertices, then the characteristic polynomial G1 join G2 is given by phi of G1x. This is the characteristic polynomial G1. This represents characteristic polynomial G2 divided by x minus regularity of G1, x minus regularity of G2 into x minus R1 into x minus R2 minus N1 N2. Here given four matrices, U is invertible and let S equal to matrix U be Wx, then determinant S equal to determinant U into determinant X minus W U inverse V. If X is invertible, then determinant S equal to determinant X into determinant U minus V X inverse W. Whenever U and W are commute, then determinant S equal to determinant Ux minus determinant WV. Okay. Let G be a connector R regular graph on P vertices with an adjacency matrix A having T distinct eigenvalues. Whenever in the graph is regular, one of the eigenvalue, the highest eigenvalue is largest eigenvalue same as the regularity. Then there is a polynomial P of x equal to P into x minus lambda 2, x minus lambda 3, etc. x minus lambda 2 divided by lambda 1 minus lambda 2. Here lambda 1 is R. Lambda 1 minus lambda 3, etc. Lambda 1 minus lambda t, such that P of A is equal to JP. JP is the square matrix, all entries are 1. P of regularity, this is equal to P, and P of lambda I equal to 0 for lambda I not equal to R. Okay, here apply so many results. The M coronal of a graph is defined as sum of the entries matrix xin minus m inverse whenever it exists, that is chi mx equal to jn by 1 transpose xin minus m inverse jn by 1, and chi m x alpha is equal to jn by 1 transpose xin minus Hadamard product of m and alpha in plus 1 minus alpha in inverse jn by 1. If alpha equal to 1, then chi m x1 is coincide with the usual M coronal. Okay, in the Kronecker product of two matrices A and B, lambda is an eigenvalue of A and eigenvector X, mu be an eigenvalue of the matrix A, eigenvector B, then lambda mu is an eigenvalue of Kronecker product of A and B. Okay, let G be an R regular graph with n vertices, then the normalized Laplacian characteristic polynomial central graph of G is this one, x minus 1 raised to m minus n product of I equal to 1 to n x minus 1 into this one. The proof of this result, Just explain one of the proof. Okay. The method IG be the incident matrix of graph G and H bar. This is the adjacency matrix of the complement of the graph G. Adjacency matrix of C of G is equal to adjacency matrix of G complement IG transpose 0 M by N. Degree matrix of C of G. Degree matrix is the, or D of C of G is the diagonal matrix. The diagonal elements are degree of the vertices, that is n minus 1 in 0 n by m 0 m by n 2 im, and Laplacian matrix, normalized Laplacian matrix C of G is equal to I m plus n minus d raised to minus half C of G, a of C of G, d raised to minus half C of G. Then this is equal to in minus d raised to minus half C of G, a of C of G is equal to ag bar divided by n minus 1 d raised to minus half C of G into d raised to minus half C of G, that is 1 by root n minus 1, root n minus 1, that is n minus 1, minus Ig by root of 2 into n minus 1 minus Ig transpose root of 2 into n minus 1 Im. In the normalized Laplacian characteristic polynomial of C of G is equal to x minus 1 in plus ag conjugate. The adjacency matrix of G conjugate is equal to jn minus in minus ag by n minus 1 ig root of 2 into n minus 1 ig transpose root of 2 into n minus 1 x minus 1 im. Okay. Here using the property of the matrix determinant of AWUV, whenever V is invertible, then take out set. Then here x minus 1 im, this is invertible, then x minus I1, x minus 1 raised to m, because im, determinant of x minus 1 in plus jn minus in minus ag divided by n minus 1 minus ig transpose divided by root of 2 into n minus 1 root of 2 into n minus 1, that is 2 into n minus 1 into inverse of this one, that is 1 by x minus 1. Then x minus 1 raised to determinant of this one, take outside x minus 1, then this becomes x minus 1 raised to minus n, x minus 1 raised to m minus determinant of x minus 1 into x minus 1 in plus jn minus in minus ag divided by n minus 1. But we know that ig transpose equal to, this is equal to dg plus ag, degree matrix plus adjacency matrix. Whenever in the graph is a regular graph, this is becomes Ri plus lambda I of G. Okay, A of G. Then replace Ig transpose by A of G plus Rin. X minus 1 in, Jn minus in minus A of G by n minus 1 minus A of G plus Rin divided by 2 into n minus. Determinant of this one. We know that lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda n are the eigenvalues of the matrix. Then determinant is the product of the eigenvalues. For any polynomial p of x, p of lambda is an eigenvalue of p of a. Then p of a is same as the product of this one. Then x minus 1, jn. Jn in this case is p of lambda I. Okay. Here you see Here using this property P of x is a polynomial, then P of A equal to JP and P of R equal to P, P of lambda I equal to 0 whenever lambda I not equal to P. Okay, then apply that one. This is P of lambda I minus 1 A of G equal to lambda I by n minus 1. I can also say A of G lambda I plus R by 2 into n minus 1. Okay, whenever in the graph, so R a regular graph with the Ni vertices and Mi edges. Okay, this is one is repeated m minus n times 2 roots of the equation. Here P of lambda I is equal to P minus 1 minus R divided by n minus 1. Okay, sorry, G is a mn graph, then number of vertices n, then n minus 1 minus R by n minus 1 minus this one R by 2 into n minus 1. And whenever lambda I not equal to R, in that case is P of lambda I equal to 0. Then we get another equation. This is equal to minus 1 minus lambda I by n minus 1 minus lambda I plus R divided by 2 into n minus 1 equal to 0. Here one example. Whenever G is equal to KPP, the adjacency eigenvalues of KP are 0, multiplicity 2P minus 2 and plus or minus P. And normalized eigenvalues of CG, just substitute this one. Okay, next, I consider central vertex joiner two graphs. Here, same as the joiner two graphs, and here replace the first graph by central graph. C of G1 is obtained from C of G1 and G2 by joining each vertex of G1 with every vertex of G2. The number of vertices M1 plus N1 plus N2 and M1 plus N2 plus N1 N2 plus N1 into N1 minus 1 by 2 edges. And central edge joiner two graphs. This is obtained from C of G1 and G2 by joining each vertex corresponding to edges of G1. Here, by joining each vertex of G1 with every vertex of G2. Here, joining each vertex corresponding to edges of G1 with every vertex of G2. Number of edges M1 plus N2 plus M1 by M1 N2 plus N1 into N1 minus 1 by 2 edges. Number of vertices M1 plus N1 plus N2 vertices. Okay. Here we consider two graphs P2 and P3. Central vertex join P2 and P3. Okay, insert into one vertices 2 in P2. And this is the graph corresponding to central vertex join P2 and P3. And central vertex join P3 and P2. Not the same. Okay, in P3 cases, one vertex here. These are the original one, P2, P3. And these are the new vertex inserting. Here 1 and 3 not adjacent. For getting the central vertex joiner two graphs, then joining these two vertices. And 2. Join the original vertex of P3 to every vertex of P2. And P2 central edge joiner P2 and P3, edge joiner P3 and P2. The adjacency matrix of P2 join P3 is equal to 0, 0, 1, 1, etc. And adjacency matrix of P3 join P2 is 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, etc. Then we can split into this one. Okay, here P3 join P2. P3 join P2. Here P3 is this one. And what is the complement of this graph? Then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Then 0, 0, 1 adjacent to 3. Here 2 not adjacent to 1, 2 not adjacent to 2, 2 not adjacent to 3, 3 adjacent to 1. Okay, this is same as adjacency matrix of G1 conjugate. And 1, 0. Here I of G1, incident matrix of G1. G1 is equal to P3. Then incident matrix of G1 is equal to 3 by 2. This is 1, 1, 1. This is incident matrix of G1. And this is the J N1 by N2. And this one, 1, 1, 0. Okay, the transpose of this one is 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. This is I of G1 transpose. And M1 by M1 here. This is the 0 matrix, 0 M1 by M1. And this is 0 M1 by N2. And this last block, this is J N2 by N1. And this one 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is adjacency matrix of G2. Okay, from this we can say that the adjacency matrix of G1 join G2 G1 join G2 is equal to adjacency matrix central vertex join G1 and G2 equal to A G1 conjugate I of G1 J N1 by N2 etc. This one, and the degree matrix of G1 join G2 is equal to N1 plus N2 minus 1 IN1 2 IM1 0 R2 plus N1 IN2. Okay. And normalized Laplace matrix of G1 join G2 is equal to IP minus d raised to minus half into A of G into d raised to minus half. D raised to minus half G1 join G2 is equal to this one. Then IN1 minus A of G1 conjugate N1 plus N2 minus 1. This one. A of G1 conjugate we can replace by R2 minus J2 minus I2 minus A of G2. Here IN2 minus A of G2 by N1 plus R2. This we can represent normalized Laplace matrix of G2, Hadamard product of normalized Laplace matrix of G2 and B. And normalized Laplace matrix of G2, this is equal to I minus d raised to minus half into adjacency matrix of G2 into d raised to minus half. Rearranging and B is equal to this one, then we will get this matrix. Okay, and the determinant of this one, here we consider this is a 2 by 2 block. Xin2 minus Hadamard product of normalized Laplace matrix of G2 and B into determinant S. Determinant S is this one. Okay, this is 2 by 2. This is one block, this is one block, and this one. Then we can apply X, this take outside into J n1 by n2 divided by root n1 plus n2 minus 1 n1 plus r2 0 m by 1 into inverse of this one into j n2 by n1 root of this one 0 n2 by m1. Okay, and using the formula related to this one, this we can represent chi alpha g2 chi of, that is m corona, chi of L of G2 x R2 by R2 plus N1 J N1. And simplifying, finally we get the result. Okay, I am not explaining the. Okay, the graph is repeated, then we get the roots of the equation this way. And one example. And normalized Laplace matrix of center vertex joined G2, G1 and G2 is this one. Here we get the one is repeated m1 minus n1 minus times roots of this equation. Just look at these roots. Here one is repeated m1 minus n1 times. m1 is the number of edges and n1 is the number of edges of G1. And mu tilde G2 is the normalized Laplace eigenvalues of G2. And also R2 is the regularity of G2. Here R1 is the regularity of G2 and normalized Laplace eigenvalues of G1. Okay, in the spectrum of normalized Laplace spectrum of center vertex join of G1 and G2 depending on the number of vertices, number of edges of both graphs and regularity and normalized Laplace eigenvalues of G1 and G2. Okay, then from this we can, using that property, we can construct new L-co-spectral graphs. Let G1 and G2, these not necessary distinct. These two are L-co-spectral regular graphs. H1 and H2, another L-co-spectral regular graphs. Then Laplacian spectrum of center vertex join of G1 and G2 and Laplacian spectrum of central vertex join of normalized Laplacian spectrum of center vertex join of G2 and H2 are L-co-spectral not regular graphs. Here we consider non-isomorphic to regular L-co-spectral graphs. Okay, these two graphs are non-isomorphic. These are regular and L-co-spectral graphs. And central vertex of that two graph is, the figure is this way. And with the K2, central vertex join of H and K2 and central vertex join of F and K2 are, figure represent this one. These two are L-co-spectral graphs but not non-regular. Okay, consider two L-co-spectral regular graphs H and F. Then we can find central vertex of H and central vertex of F. And central vertex join of H and K2, central vertex join of F and K2. The graphs also non-isomorphic. Then they are non-regular L-co-spectral graphs. Okay, this is one of the application of normalized Laplacian spectrum central vertex join and central edge join of two graphs. We can construct another family of infinite family of non-co-spectral, non-regular L-co-spectral graphs. Okay, and also find the Chemis constant and degree Kirchhoff index of these graphs in terms of the eigenvalues of the graph. These are the reference.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Chitra, for the interesting talk. Yeah, audience, if you have any question, you can ask now. Okay, do you consider construction of co-spectral graphs using these results? Construction of co-spectral graphs.
Okay, construction of co-spectral graphs you can use.
Hmm.
Here L co-spectral. Okay, co-spectral graphs are Laplacian co-spectral graphs, everything we can use in the center vertex join.
Okay.
And also, I think in the adjacency cases, we can find some family of integral graphs also.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there other questions?
Okay, one of the interesting the behavior of the normalized Laplacian cases in adjacency Laplacian, silence Laplacian in the case of when the behavior is same energy cases, but is the normalized Laplacian cases energy is highest in the case of a tree.
Okay. Among trees, which one will be largest? Which one will have larger energy?
Okay, that is that one. Among trees, okay, but in the case of adjacency cases, we know that energy of the trees lies between the path and star graph.
Ah, yes. So, yeah, path has maximum,
But
star
in the
has
case of
minimum.
normalized Laplacian case, a tree is higher. Is the attain the largest energy.
Which tree you mean?
Tree general tree. But some cases in the join of the graphs to compute the energy is very difficult.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You have to compute all the eigenvalues.
Yeah, more compute and class we can find. Sometimes in the spectrum is also very large equations.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is, but we can find the Rantic energy of some graphs. Okay, whenever we get the Rantic energy, the normalized Laplacian matrix and Rantic matrix is only the case is normalized Laplacian matrix is equal to I minus the Rantic matrix. Okay, then so many graph cases Rantic energy is already found. Then you need to find the corresponding that one.
Okay.
In the normalized case. And the one thing is in the normalized case, complete graph and a complete bipartite graph energy is true, constant.
Okay. Okay. Are there other questions? Okay. If not, thank you, Dr. Chitra. Yeah, thank you very much for the interesting talk. I'll stop.